In this video, we're going to go through 3 taping techniques that we use in the clinic all the time. We're going to start off with the theory behind the 3 different tapes that we use, followed by the techniques and how to make a few adjustments just so it fits better with the patient. If you like this kind of content and you want more stuff like this, please leave a like. It helps us get exposure and it continues to give us feedback on what type of stuff you guys want to see onto the video.
All right, so you got 3 types of tape. You got the rigid tape. So rigid tape is rigid. It doesn't really have a flex or a give. So it's used more to limit movement and stabilize joints. So if you're getting too much movement like a ligament tear or you want a bit more stability, you go for the rigid tape. You've got your dynamic tape or your kinesiology tape. So this has a bit of a stretch to it. So use this again to stabilize. It's not going to be as strong as the rigid tape, but it's going to help to facilitate movement. So we use this in line with muscle joints, tendon issues, just to offload those structures. So you can still perform, but you won't be able to, like you can perform, but it will provide a little bit of support so it can give that structure time to rest. And the last one is fixable. So this is the hypoallergenic tape. So they use this in hospitals. It's for people with sensitive skin. So if the adhesive, usually with the rigid tape, is too much, we do an undercoat or an under tape of this, and it just protects the skin. People who are really desperate, I can use this similar to the rigid tape. It still applies a bit of support, but because the adhesive's not as strong, it doesn't last as long. Okay, so this is the McConnell tape. So McConnell is a well-known Australian physio. So she did the knee taping. So her knee taping is like the go-to. This is her shoulder taping. So her theory is if you're getting pain, it might be a slight biomechanical issue. So to get decreases in symptoms, you just want to move the joint so you're able to move in a different range of motion, less pain. Okay, so generally with the shoulder, it's glided forward and it's elevated. So you want to depress the shoulder joint and you want to move it backwards a little bit. Okay, so rigid tape, you can do this with rigid tape. You can do it with the fixable. You can also do it with the kinesiology tape. So we'll do it with the rigid today. So you're going to start at the front, pretty much where the clavicle is. You're going to run along the shoulder, and you're going to finish on the spine of the scapula here. So it's going to look something like that, pretty much. So we're just going to anchor at the front here. You can pretty much want like the pec muscle there. Coming over. And then you do want to apply a little bit of a pull, just a little bit, and then laying it on top of the scap, just like that. So you should feel it kind of pull you back a little bit. That's the first one. And the second one is you want to kind of depress. So this can go over the collarbone and the AC joint itself. This kind of acts like an anchor, but it also depresses the joint as well. So again, starting at the front, coming over and then depressing, just like that. So most of the time that's good. If you need a bit more support, you can double up. So I usually double up here and then up in there as well. But if you go for a movement, so is that? Do you feel like it's pulling you back a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. So that's yeah. So this works really well with any kind of bursitis, rotator cuff issues. If they're getting an AC injury or instability, or they're getting an anterior impingement, so they'll pull it back through there. The second taping is usually for people who've had dislocations and their shoulder's very unstable. It does require a little bit more tape, but it does work to kind of stabilize the joint. So I've used this on fighters, on rugby players, anyone who's dislocated their shoulder. It just really adds that little bit of support. So with this one, hand on your waist. Good. So you apply anchors first, so it's just something for the tape to hold onto so it's not pulling on your skin. So the first one, similar to the McConnell, you go over the AC joint, so here, over there. So this one you don't need any tension or anything, it's just to give a bit of place to hold on to. And the second one is on the bicep. So on the bicep, with this one, just make sure not to get any armpit hair. And then I usually get the tensor arm in your bicep. Yep, and that just lay down, prevents them from cutting off any circulation. All right. So this involves a longer strip. You're gonna start at the collarbone. So if you rotate a bit, collarbone, it goes around the shoulder and then it wraps onto that ankle on the bicep. So I'm gonna start along the clavicle, come over the front of the joint, wrapping around the arm, and then finishing on that bicep through there. Okay. Comfortable? Most of the time that's enough. So if you go to try to lift your arm up, it should feel tight.
Yeah.
Yep. So usually with this one, the place where people dislocate their arm is in this position. If you externally rotate and knock back, you'll dislocate their shoulder. So if you want to limit their range of motion, you can do a second strip exactly like that, and it'll make it harder for them to go above their head. If they need to go above their head with like AFL players or whatnot, the second tape, same thing, but your arm is at this 90-degree angle. Okay. Same thing here, there, and then it's exactly the same thing, collarbone around the armpit, and then onto that bicep finger, just there. Easy?
Yeah.
Cool. And then if you try to lift up, it should be very restrictive. Well, not really, but yeah. Okay, hands on your waist again. Usually I like to complete the tape, so I like to do the same thing on the posterior part, so this stabilizes the posterior part of the shoulder. Exactly the same thing, so starting on the spine of the scap, going around, and then finishing on the bicep again, just like that. And then to finish off, you just reapply the anchors just to stabilize. Okay, so it should look something like that. Cool. Comfortable? Cool. So usually with tape, you want to round the corners, and this will make it easier to stick. It doesn't give you an edge for the tape to come off on. Most of the time, people struggle to peel it off. Okay, so tip to do that is you bend the curves, and then from there, you just run your thumb, and it will come off just like that, nice and clean. All right, so this one is with the kinesiology tape. So the first two you can do mostly with the rigid tape. You can do this one with rigid tape as well if you want a bit more stability, but I do find kinesiology tape works really well here. So this can be used for people getting back into sport and who want to do movement. So again, the first strip is the anchor, so along the clavicle, pulling posteriorly onto the spine of the scap. With dynamic taping, leave an edge without any tension. So we can start at the kind of pec muscle here, no tension there. We pull it to the point where there's a strip without any tension. And the good thing with dynamic tape is there is a bit of a pull. So you pull it, lay it on, and then again, leaving a strip without any tension on the back. So this should be similar to the first tape we did, where it's kind of pulling your shoulder back. Yes? This tape, however, we use it to elevate the shoulder. So for people who struggle to sleep because of their arm, it feels too heavy, or they're feeling some soreness through there, this works really well. I usually do a strip along the bicep, so it works for bicep tendinopathy. So starting on the arm, again, a bit of tension. Oh, no tension there, sorry. Coming up along the bicep with a bit of tension, and then laying it on the scapula just like that. And you're just going to do a posterior one as well. So here on the tricep tendon, coming up and lifting the shoulder and crossing over just like that. So it should feel like it's lifting the shoulder up. If they need that little bit of extra support, you can go straight through the deltoid region and then finishing on the rotator cuff or the trap muscle here. That helps people sleep at night.
So I've been working as a physio for over a decade now, and I've done multiple taping courses, and I always revert back to these three techniques. So this will cover 95% of shoulder injuries. You do need to get a little bit kind of nuancy with specific injuries, but this will cover most of the shoulder injuries and even neck injuries and arm injuries that I get. If you enjoy this type of video, please leave a like and subscribe, share it to someone so you save a couple grand. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars over the years doing these kind of courses, and I'm just trying to synthesize it to make it more accessible to everyone else. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Let me know if there's any other kind of techniques or any other types of videos you want to see, and I'll see you on the next one.